It's 5 a.m. Let's see how much reading we get done before work today. I have a book to rave to you about. I mentioned the other day that I started an arc of Jeweler to the Blessed by Gillian Witt. I read 3 more chapters since our last check-in, and I woke up so excited to read this book this morning. Like I mentioned, it's a fantasy about a woman who lives in a world where the powers of the blessed don't impact her. I learned a lot more about the magic system during my reading last night. Basically, anyone who is blessed by the king is able to drain the emotions from people who are like non-magical, and the emotions translate into power. However, in order to drain emotions, you need to have a special piece of jewelry, and the type of power you obtain correlates to whatever emotion you draw from a person. Our female main character is about to go on a journey to a library to figure out why she's not affected by this magic, because while it seems like an advantage that she's not affected, it actually puts her at risk, because if anyone finds out, there's going to be a problem. In addition to the premise of the book, I really appreciate the way that the magic system is laid out for the reader, because this isn't one of those stories where there's a main character who's entering the magical world for the first time, so you're kind of learning alongside with them. Thus far, everyone we've encountered in the story is already embedded in the world and knows all of the rules. I think as a writer, there's a really delicate balance between giving the reader all of the information they need to understand the story without over-explaining in a way that's boring, and while still leaving some room for surprises throughout the rest of the book, because I am only about 10% of the way through. But based on what I've read so far, I think that I'm really gonna go on a fun ride with this one. If you're the type of person who likes stories like One Dark Window, Spark of the Everflame, Shield and Sparrow, I think you'll like this one. Similar to that very popular dragon book, every chapter in this book starts with an excerpt from either a letter or a history text, so you get some context that way as well. To me, it also reminds me a lot of Maxim Martineau's House of Blight, which I also really love. I'm struggling a little bit to find the word to describe the similarity between those two books, and the best way that I can describe it is that they're two fantasies that are very earthy, like very connected to nature, in this case very connected to gemstones. There is an enchanted forest that our main character is going to travel through. It just feels very atmospheric in a quite literal way. Let me know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about, and let me know if you have titles that make you feel similarly, because as I was reading last night, I was like, oh, this is reading. Like, this is what gets me hooked on reading book after book after book, is this feeling that I'm getting while I'm reading Jeweler to the Blessed. So I'm gonna sit down and read that, and I will see you guys when the sun comes up. Happy reading. Cheers. And we're back. I got through another chapter and a half of Jeweler to the Blessed. It is so good. Our female main character is at risk of being discovered right now. Her uncle, the jeweler, has gone missing, so the tension is really picking up, and I can't wait to dive in more after work today. Let me know how much reading you got done this morning, and I'll see you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Thanks for watching. Bye.